I'm gonna first say y'all ain't shit. Y'all let this man bring a woman on the show last week. I blame T, J Ward, Crow with his JSU socks, all the viewers in the comments. Tab, I love you. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Me? What did I do?
This is the Hangover edition. All the bros, well, not the Hangover edition. This the honeymoon edition.
Yeah,
Honeymoon
honeymoon,
edition.
hangover.
Yeah.
This is the
For sure.
honeymoon edition, and we're gonna talk about some honeymoon shit tonight too. Sorry for cussing, Grandma. But welcome. It's me, Swift Knight, also known as Suge Swift. All the above, coming to you from Houston, Texas. Ready to go and get this show started. Drinking our water, cause yeah.
All right, man. It's your boy T. I'm back with the best. That old Honey Jack, you already know. In the A, straight from La, L Town, already. And look, Swift, I don't know what you're talking about somebody brought a girl on the show last week.
What
I
up?
ain't see it. And then nobody else see it, so you can't prove it, bro. You
I
can't
bet you
prove it.
did.
It is
I
what
can
it
pull it up
is.
now.
The comb is back. We back. I'm in rare form tonight. And I got some wine to kick it off.
Ooh, that boy missing wine and honey jack.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Ward. I just want to give a shout out to the snowman himself, Young Jeezy, with the washout win. Dominant
It was
win
not a
last
washout.
night. Dominant win last night in the versus battle. And last week, I just want to say, man, last week was a blur. So I don't know what happened. I don't remember a woman at
I
all
don't
being on the
remember
show.
woman either,
I
Jay.
bet
I
you
don't know what Swift's talking about. And tonight I'm on a tequila. I shall be taking shots. So y'all give me a suggested word that I can take my shots on.
What up? Since we on the honeymoon phase, we popping bottles tonight. You know what I'm saying? In celebration also of the verses last night. You know, they had Ciroc in the background. So, you know, I had to go get that white grape. You know what I'm saying? Take that.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as some assumption about a young lady being on the show, man, prove it. That's all I'm gonna say. Prove it. If you wasn't here, hey, you have no proof, young man.
I was here.
Hey, they can digitally edit somebody in anytime. So hey,
That was photo. It
Hold
was
on.
photo.
Sheila said a shot every time. We'll say AV men don't cheat.
They don't. They don't. Pour up right now.
look for that. Look. I'm gonna definitely pop the bottle for that one.
Right. So moving on. Let's go and get right into it. Like I said, this is the honeymoon phase. This is the honeymoon show. My boy Core will not be in tonight. Of course, he is out celebrating his marriage. We had a great time in Atlanta last week. A great time. And I am negative for COVID, so I don't need no questions or concerns. But we had Bible study the whole weekend. So, yeah, we was covered by the word. Moving on. With this being the honeymoon episode, we're going to start it off with this one. Of course, when you got a honeymoon, you in the hotel room, you getting steamy, you turn it up, right? But one of the viewers brought this question in. She asked, should there be rules to sex? Let me go to it real quick so I can read it. She asked, should there be rules to sex? I'm guessing she meaning, should the woman be able to tell a man what he can and cannot do in the bedroom? Don't pull my hair, don't slap my ass, don't suck my toes, or this is what I want you to do, eat me out from the back. Should there be rules to sex? Can women set standards and say what they will and won't do in the bedroom?
Sound like boring sex to me. I'm just saying, man. What kind of, what I'm saying? Like, who has rules when they, expressing themselves? I think it should be an expression. You feel me? So how are you gonna have some rules? Never, I don't know, man. Never mind. Go ahead. Go get on.
They said nope, only a safe word. Okay.
Whoa.
Dale said nope. Devin said we'll be there for him. What you think, Pro?
If you coming with rules, I'm gonna see why you have your rules first off before I shun your rules. Just being real, because it could be some real things associated to why you don't want certain things going on. But if it's some bullshit and you just don't want your hair pulled because of this or your ass smacked and all this, what you won't do, the next woman will do. I know everybody that heard that shit. What you won't do, the next woman will do. And I know you're going to hear a lot of women were saying vice versa. Yeah, vice versa. So please believe, if you telling a nigga he can't choke you, he can't smack that ass, if that's his thing, that's his turn on, I'm sorry. Just know your nigga stepping out. And that goes for not enticing him. I'm just being real. Your nigga stepping out, whether you want to believe it or not. He getting some side ass from somewhere. And that same thing with a woman. If you not satisfying your woman, G, oh, please believe she going somewhere else to get that fulfillment. So honestly, you all need to talk about the no's and do's and don'ts, safe words, what you will, won't do. And if you all don't connect with that shit in the beginning, it need to be understand that somebody get a hall pass, or y'all need to go y'all separate ways, or it need to be some compromise, some shit like that. But honestly, having rules with me, I need to see why. But more so than likely, if you got rules, no Crowley going some fucking where else, and that's just being real. That's why you see Marcus versus Crowley up there, because Marcus want to sit his ass down, but Crowley gonna be like, "Hey, fuck this shit, nigga. She on that bullshit. Let go."
So I don't know if I can come. My mama owns, so I'm not gonna comment on this topic. I am a virgin. I have never had sex before, so this gonna be for y'all. Let me go to the comments.
Hey, Mama Swift.
Hey,
Top said, "Do not on me. That is a complete turn off to me." Okay.
What? Who said what? Hold on.
what she say?
She say, don't put your bodily fluids on.
It's a turn off to me.
Don't put your
Yeah,
children
that's
on.
why I say that's why you gotta communicate in the beginning.
Yeah.
If you understand that, so basically what she's saying is, if you going naked head nigga, you better turn that way. You know what I'm saying? If you got that condom on, nigga, don't pull that condom off and bust on the back of my back. You know what I'm saying? Don't get the kids a rodeo. You know what I'm saying?
So let's keep going.
Hold on, now we can't skip over that because she need to grow up, bro. Real talk. She need to grow up, man. That's real childish, man. And I love her because she on our show or whatever, but she need to grow up, man. I can't let that slide.
But I'm gonna be honest, T. Like that's why I say you got to figure out why. Because and I'm just gonna go a little bit deep for a quick moment. Because I've had intimate conversations with a lot of women. It's some trauma that come along with these women, and we talk about that. So you got to figure out why it's that reason that's going on. Now, if it's some bullshit, why she don't want it, why you know what I'm saying? Why she don't want nobody to ejaculate on her? Then I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But if it's a real reason why, then you got to understand that. You got to respect that.
Miss Early said, "Are they rules or requests?"
She said, "What?
Are they rules or requests?" Now these are rules. Like this is what you saying you will and will not do. Rob said he can't lick armpits. Okay.
Who wants that?
Nah, can't do that. No.
Deja said yes because if you're not comfortable, then don't do it. Okay. So I guess if a lady wants to stick a finger in who booty? So I guess if a lady wants to stick a finger in the booty, that would be okay. And who booty?
If you talk like on some grown ass folk shit, now let's be real. It's a lot of niggas out here because I got some partners that confess to that shit. It's a lot of niggas that's into that shit. Like on some real ass shit, but that's that grown ass shit that you and your girl gotta discuss. Trust and believe she ain't bring that shit up just off the top of her head. She done fuck with some niggas who was like, stick your finger in my ass. Either she tried that shit and that nigga didn't say nothing and she saw that he enjoyed it. Let's just be on some real shit. See, y'all trying to sugarcoat shit. It's some wild, it's some freaky
Crowley,
shit.
Swift mother is on here, man.
Crowley going in. We
And grandmother.
No, I'll just play it. But
hey, this grown folks. That's why she brought it up. She done dealt with some dudes who like that.
Yeah.
What you got, Jay Ward?
So let me introduce a word to this conversation. Consent, consent, consent. All right. So I think not necessarily rules, but whatever you consent to. and it's about communication. So it's just like if there are no established rules or norms and things that you're just into and things that you're not into, then you know barriers are going to be crossed and people are going to be made uncomfortable. So I think if you go ahead on and establish, the do's and don'ts and the things that makes a person uncomfortable, because what might be comfortable to me may be uncomfortable to you. Just like, I know some people that get grossed out by semen, and it's, that's okay. That's their business, and it's just, but you should know that, early on into the relationship that they are grossed out by, saliva or semen and things like that. Like those are things that you should talk about. And that's why I don't believe in small talk. I don't believe in, what's your favorite color or, you know, what's your favorite animal? I don't believe in stuff like that. I want to really know you. I want to get to know you and the things that you're into. And I want to get to, your deal breakers. What are your hard no's, which is that's something that a friend of mine introduced me to. What are your hard no's? Like, and we talked about like everything, like vomit. Vomit is a hard no for me. I'm like, that's a no. I don't want to see no vomit or nothing like that. So
People into that, yeah.
people are into that, and people are into different things, and I won't call them weird things. The things that turns a person on is unique to them, and I won't shame anyone for being what they're, being into what they're into. And I think that it's the same thing. Like, hey, we might be, personally, I know people who are into voyeurism. Other people are not. So I'm not going to set up something where we're being watched and you're uncomfortable with that. So I'm going to get your consent first before we get into that, and then we'll move forward. So you definitely need to make sure that you have consent from your partner, and making sure that you understand the things that are hard no's for them and the things that are, hey, my comfort level is I'm okay with this. I want to explore more, but I may not be into it. So there are different levels, like, and I think this is what happens with people with threesomes and foursomes and orgies and swingers things and all that, is that, people try to go from 0 to 1,000 real quick without saying, hey, what about this? How would you feel about exploring this? How would you feel about exploring that? Like, it's levels, different levels to it. So you just need to know that, you should ease in and definitely ask someone, a lot of times, and this is what I found out, a lot of times people are into the same things that you're into, but you didn't bring it up, so they didn't bring it up. And like now you're both missing out on something that you might be into because you haven't communicated. So to answer the question, I don't think there should be rules, but there definitely should be open communication in, about what you're into and what you're not into. And then I think that would alleviate a lot of it.
Hey, y'all wanna, let's be, hey, on another note, a lot of people not being open. There you go. Let's be real. A lot of people not being open to their partner when they first meet them on shit that they like. They hide their shit. Like, motherfuckers look at me crazy when I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm just being real about what I'm looking for. Yes, I like fucking balls juggle. Yes, I love fucking fellatio. I love to be rolled. You know what I'm saying? This shit, I love to choke. I love to be choked. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, you can buck your ass, shit. I'm being honest. I'm gonna tell you all that shit, and I don't need you looking at me crazy because I'm being real. Because if you provide that, and you know what I'm saying, and you gonna pretend to bring that, we really definitely not gonna connect, and then I'm gonna step out, and then we're gonna have a problem because I'm communicating that to you in the beginning, and I'm letting you know what I like.
And I'm about to bring it up too, T. Do people really have these conversations? Like, how do you tell somebody, girl, I choked her? Mom, you still on? How do you tell somebody I choked the fuck out of you, or that's what I like, or choke the shit out of you?
Easy.
When do these conversations happen?
Man, we talk about this every week about communication and how you should be open with your partner. But my thing is, I just feel like it should be, I mean, everybody got something that they don't like. Like, I ain't finna run no red lights. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But some people might
explain that for the people in the back.
Some people might put the towel. Hey, some people might put the towel down. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
How long we been rocking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
we've been rocking. You know what I'm saying? And hey, not on that first heavy day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Listen, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that people should be having like rules per se, because sex supposed to be fun, man. Like you supposed to enjoy, you supposed to be comfortable with your partner and explore all these new things and whatever that you like, and just get that joy from pleasing your partner. So I this shit just crazy to me, man. Like
It
for
is,
real.
man.
Yeah.
It is.
But when do you have this conversation? Like my boy said, no, people don't like to talk about sex. That's why so many men and women are getting cheated on. But alpha beta men don't cheat. Jay Ward, take your shot.
You have
But
them.
when do you have these conversations? The first date, the third?
I'm gonna put it at this where we're at now, man. You should have that conversation within the first week. Any female or any male talking about some while we talking about that, hey, I ain't got time for the cupcake stuff. I say that all the time. We talking about finances. We talking about all that type of stuff, and that's included in that time within that. You know what I'm saying? So I need to see where your head at. I ain't got time for that foolishness.
Jay
Nah,
Ward,
that's
when should you have that conversation?
I think I was actually watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and one of the doctors was talking about like her, she was basically saying that she hadn't had any sex with only but one man, and they were having like a real deep conversation. I think the moment when you are approaching being intimate with someone, I think that's when you should have those conversations. But I also don't think that it's taboo to have those conversations pretty much off jump. And I've heard, several people say like, hey, if you would have told me what you wanted up front, I probably would have been down with it. But you chose to be deceptive and you chose to, hide your true intentions. And that's what kind of led to. So leave that to the woman or to that man to make that decision. And I think, talking about sex is the same way. My good friend, Spring '07, Lorenzo Gooch, one of my best friends in the world, he once told me,
I don't know if I want to hear this conversation.
he once told me that if you can get a person to talk about sex, they'll be comfortable talking about anything. And when you think about it, that's like the most awkward thing that you can talk about almost. So once you get that out of the way, you can almost be real with a person about everything else. So I think that it's important to kind of go ahead on and get those conversations out of the way and just at least talk about it, even if, like, hey, we're not having sex tonight, but I do want to talk about, your hard nose and things that you are down for and things that you aren't, just so I can know. So just in case we gravitate toward that point, everybody's on the same page. Because usually what happens is that first go round when you have sex with someone, you just trying out your standard package. You're gonna bring out your normal stuff. Like, this is what I do with everybody. I'm gonna kiss you this way. I'm gonna lick you this way. I'm gonna stick it this way because this is my basic package. Until you learn everything that a person's into. Like, I don't think you can truly know someone sexually or what they like based off of
You
one
ain't
time.
bringing no basic. You ain't bringing no basic package on the first one.
Before y'all continue,
exactly. Definitely
Right.
not.
Gooch, you got to come on the show one day. Y'all continue.
Definitely.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
man. Now on that first,
I'm gonna
You
finish.
breaking out your one size fit all
bro,
that
on the
first
first
time.
one, on
No,
the
that
first
first-
go round, you gotta kind of
No.
do your thing, bro. You
Bro,
gotta make
you was capping, G. Man,
yeah. You gotta make her want to come back, bro. You know what I'm
you was
saying?
capping
Well,
on that.
I'm gonna make her want to come back, but I'm not gonna, spit in your mouth the first go round because that might not be what you into. Not saying I'm into that, but I'm just using that as an example.
See, y'all doing too much, man. I ain't doing all that.
Let me go to the comments real quick.
All right, man.
The problem with communication is that people sometimes agree to stuff to win affection, and they're not really ready for that. You got to respect your own limits. Oh, that's those conversations should come up as soon as you start engaging in sex. Deja, please be upfront and clear if you cannot keep up. I'm starting to see a trend. These women ain't being pleased sexually. A lot
And,
of
and listen, that's it. Listen to me, my brothers. I've been trying to tell y'all that since the beginning
going, bro.
of this venting. Y'all think I'm bullshitting.
Let me keep going,
These
bro.
women are not being satisfied. Y'all not digging deep enough, fellas. I promise y'all not.
It's not about how deep you dig, Crowley. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's the motion in the ocean.
let me.
No. What I'm saying, dig deep is on the communication end. Y'all feel it, y'all closing out so hard, man, and y'all missing a lot, G. Like for real.
Hold on, let me keep going, Crow, before you finish. Hunt, the straightforward people can get it out the way, but I think 90% of the world is not the straightforward type. Quinn, half the time y'all hold back, not knowing we would be down with it, if not more.
That's true.
Ooh.
Listen to me, please. They love to have fun.
Other cultures embrace and talk about sex. I feel like America sees it as a taboo, shame experience. Sheila Deluxe package.
Right. Say, let me get that number 11, please. Super size.
You can't get it super
some
size.
sexual acts trigger traumatizing situations, so sex combo should be had. Agreed.
Absolutely.
I have multiple women tell me that their man is not pleasing them sexually. They don't like to tell their men that sex is wet. Would you all be okay if a woman told you that you are not satisfying her sexually? Could you handle the information?
Hell yeah.
We should move that. We should just go on and bring that to the topic tonight. We might well jump on it tonight.
Okay, well let's talk about it. Could you handle it? You not putting it down?
You can't listen. You can't hurt my feelings, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Closed mouth don't get fed. So people like different things. You know what I'm saying? Every woman don't like the same thing. They don't like the way you touch them the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to the woman to let the man know. It's up to a woman. It's up to the woman to let the man know exactly what they like, how they like it, whatever, licked on or whatever. Like you got to tell the man so the man can perform and do what he do. If you don't tell him, then don't be mad when it don't go down how you want it to go down. You know what I'm saying? But see, some women be scared to vocalize that. They feel like they're gonna hurt a man feeling, but honestly, no man is gonna be mad when you tell them right there, stop, or you know what I'm saying, up or down or whatever.
Now I'm gonna say this. Now it ain't no comeback from no size if that nigga lacking size. But if that nigga ain't got the stroke right, tell that nigga what to do to get that stroke right. If that nigga missing that spot on, you know what I'm saying, eating you out and what have you, get that nigga right, guide that nigga head. You know what I'm saying? You know how to palm that nigga head and put it where it need to be.
Man, let me go get some more wine, man. I ain't even gonna drink this wine. Hold on.
I'm being real, man. Like for real. And I get mad when a lot of ladies get mad if a dude palm you by the head and kind of guide you. Hey, accept it. It's a learning lesson for all of us to learn what we're liking about, you know what I'm saying, the other. You know what I'm saying? It's like we keep saying, it's about communication.
Right.
Communication.
I'm a learn man, and I like to learn, and every person is a different canvas. And when it's a different person, you want to learn what they like, because what worked for the last person won't necessarily work for the next person. So I just like to go ahead on and solve the puzzle. And I don't want to be down here for 30 minutes, going down on you, and you liked it 10 minutes ago. Just let me know right then. And I think the ego gets in the way, because a lot of men feels like their basic package can please anyone. And, they're not willing to adapt to the situation and to the person that they're with. And I think that you should definitely be willing to listen to, like, some people, like for you to be more aggressive. Other people like for you to be more laid back. That just depends on the chemistry and the conversations that you've had with a person. And that's why it's really important to get into, the mental space of someone that you're going to be intimate with, because you can already kind of feel them better, as opposed to just, y'all randomly smashing. That's why I've never been like a one night stand type person, because it's like, I don't know you. So it's like, I don't know, how you feel about this, because I don't know you. So that's one of those things right there. And like Hunt just said, I'd rather she tell me so I can skip all the stuff she don't like. Absolutely. Why am I wasting time?
It goes into another conversation, though, because Rob bring up a good point too. Woman you actually care about pleasing, you won't get mad at her saying, hey, you ain't doing this right, you ain't, touching me in the right places, you missed whatever. But someone you doing a one night stand and you just trying to smash and dash, she tell you to get up. How you gonna feel? Like that's
it depends on.
You care.
You said a one night stand.
Yeah,
You
one
ain't
night
doing all that on no one night stand. No way, bro.
or just a homecoming situation.
All right, is levels to that one night stand. Now, if you've been trying to hit that, if you've been trying to smash that for a minute, and she tell you to get right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might want to get right. You know what I'm saying? Right. If it's truly just a one night stand, you're not seeing that person no more. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is levels. Now, I will say this, speaking on my behalf, I know I've given out slow dick because sometimes I've gotten there and I'm like, man, I'm looking at this body. I'm looking at this body and man, I'm gonna go get this shit over with.
Mm-hmm.
But I either some nights I'm like, man, I'm really not into this shit. Fuck it.
Listen. Okay,
You
Crow.
wrong.
Hey, y'all don't want to talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Fuck it. It's the hangover.
It's honeymoon.
Oh, this the honeymoon. Listen. And y'all ever finally got something that you've been waiting on, and you got the Sophie? I don't know, man. Maybe you just be thinking too much, man. You might be thinking too hard, or you know what I'm saying, your mind all over the place or something, man. Never mind. Let's go.
Now,
Keep on. Continue.
T, I agree. I'm a notorious overthinker. And I think a lot of times mentally you have different things in your head that stops you from enjoying the moment. And it's very easy to overthink and overthink your way out of really enjoying yourself because the woman was just enjoying you, but now you didn't overthought it and you kind of you didn't messed up, man. And that happened with me several times actually.
You be down there eating out for about 30 minutes, like, what the fuck my dude?
Hey, but now though, but the thing is, you know what I'm saying?
Slap him and say, "Come on here, get up."
Listen, we got a lot of women on here, so let me just give some advice to the women, please.
Oh, shit.
Women, please know that you should at least give the man a second chance, man. Please give the man a second chance. You never know what will happen because that first one, you know, he might was just really anticipating being with you, and you know his mind all over the place, and it just don't work out how he want to. So give him a second chance, man. Please, man.
Oh, Lord. Anything else? Go ahead.
I would love for you to just poll the women that are watching just to see about the percentage of orgasms that they're having because, like someone said, I don't want to mispronounce his name, but I it's kind of the comment kind of went away, but it was just saying that it's a large percentage of women that are not having orgasms, and I would just like to see, the percentage of women here that aren't having orgasms from sex. I would like to know. That's interesting.
Okay, women. So put it in the comments. Do you have an orgasm every time you have sex, or is just he get his and going on about his business and leave you unpleased?
And you using that Rose or Tracy's dog?
And do you give that man a second chance, or you be like, nah, it's over?
Danny said, "Ain't no second chance." It happened to the best of us. It is what it is. You'll feel.
So, Sheila, we're not saying men or women are having sex not to have an orgasm. We saying you don't make it to that point because he can't get you there. That's what I'm asking. No, I do not. Kevin said you take the.
Hey, they kill me with that acting like you fake something.
Right.
Try and get
Fellas, have you ever? Devin said he's faked an orgasm before. I don't know how many of you guys have ever done that.
On some real shit, I think every man probably has faked to get on down.
Or fake the
Nah, I ain't never fake nothing now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never fake it. I just get on down.
Devin that one.
I get on down. I already know what I need to do to get on down. On down.
Y'all, let's transition from this 3 to 4. PSA men, your first time with a woman needs to be okay enough to get a second shot. I agree. That's why
I'm gonna give you some C+. I'm gonna give you a C+. You'll come back. Come with the C+.
You can't get in that the first time. I disagree with that one though. We're gonna move on. Any final comments on this one?
Nah,
man. Well, we said it was rules to sex, right?
Oh, did
And
we talk
then-
about the scheduling?
Oh yeah, I meant to transition to that. So
Okay.
Jay Ward had said something, but you know, sometimes you come home, you tired, you may not feel like having sex, and she may be all on you. You just want to go and lay down, or vice versa. She come home from work, her feet hurt, she done dealt with so much shit at work, she don't feel like having sex. Especially those long-term relationships, right? So, do you think it's appropriate where you and your partner schedule schedule days where you have sex, right, to keep the flare going, or do you think it just should happen on its own, spontaneous? What y'all think? You think scheduling sex is okay?
I'm not really with that, you know what I'm saying, as far as scheduling it. But I can see how important it would be to schedule it if you are super busy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you got meetings all day, and you know, and it's just hard to get around to it. So you have a schedule like, hey, okay, look, boom, Tuesday we're gonna do this, Thursday we're gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? Now it's whack. That shit whack to me. Like, I think that shit should come natural and it should be spontaneous when you know, and you should really want each other, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But I can see how important it would be to schedule it if it's hard for y'all to, you know, you got kids, you know what I'm saying, you working, and it's hard to get around to it. So I can see how that would be a positive, but I'm not with it, man. I think, like I said earlier, it should be enjoyable. You should do it when you feel it, man. You should want it. Like, so that scheduling shit just out the door for me, man. Ain't nothing like that spontaneous, you know what I'm saying, in the movies and shit.
Swift, can you address the comments with these women talking about their side pieces, but not alpha beta men? Why?
Because we don't cheat.
We don't cheat.
We don't.
Maybe
We
men
definitely
don't.
don't
Hey,
cheat.
I just filled up just in time.
And it's so crazy. These women talking about they side men and stuff, like they really trying to rub off on us, like we really live that life or something.
Right. Like we just celebrated a marriage. Like we don't cheat. We get whole relationships and married. Yeah. Go ahead, Jay Ward. What you think? You should go. You should schedule.
So when you get to a certain point of adulthood and you have children and a career and responsibilities, I'm not saying schedule actual sex, but definitely make time to date and have alone time. And usually, Quinn, AB men are the side pieces. What? Anyway, I'm not even going there. Like I was saying, make sure that you schedule alone time so that you can be alone with that person, and usually that will lead to intimacy, but sometimes it may not. But at least schedule that time and make sure that you know, like, hey, Wednesday nights are our nights to spend some alone time, and you know, let's decompress from the world and let's take off all the other hats that we have to wear throughout the day. I know with my son, like I coach my son in football, so he has flag football practice Tuesdays and Thursdays and games on Sunday. So that's games on Saturday. So that's 3 days already gone. Like boom. So you have to make sure that, you know, you're understanding each other and not being so consumed with being a parent that you forget to be a spouse or a mate. And I think that's super important when you are in a relationship like that. And then also just, man, careers, like, you know, I have a friend that's a pharmacist. That is a demanding job. Like they work pretty much all day. So, you know, you might have to schedule something, and I think that's okay. I'm a person who likes schedules. I like a calendar because I think that, you know, it helps to keep people organized. And when you know, you can slip up when you get busy and not realize that you haven't been intimate in 3 or 4 weeks and you didn't even pay attention to it when, you know, life is coming at you and you have so many things. And, you know, like Danny said, quickies are essential, you know, that's why they exist. So, you know, sometimes that you kind of forget those things. So I think it's important to just remember that you are a spouse. And to answer the question, ultimately, I wouldn't necessarily schedule sex, but I definitely would schedule a long time. And just, you know, it's about, you know, letting your kids know that, hey, when mommy and daddy's doors close, you know, that's the time that you have to knock before you come in. You have to establish that, you know, you got to establish that there is designated a long time. Like, hey, our door is closed, do not bother us, or stay in your room.
When the door closed.
I think I think the women all agree they want spontaneous sex. They want you to wait.
Is it my go?
Right? They want to come to the office and get bent over.
Is it my go, Swift?
Huh?
Swift
Not
always
your
like
Swift.
Swift. Nah, hold on, Crow. Swift be
Nope, we
acting
gonna
up.
mute you.
Swift.
Nope. Go ahead, Crow.
Hey, if I'm in a relationship with you, definitely in a relationship with you, the moment I said my black ass was in a relationship with you, that was me scheduling sex with your ass. That, like, seriously, that was me scheduling sex with your ass. If we married, you goddamn right. I schedule sex as many that said I do. Same with you. It should be no reason nobody should be turning down nobody. Understand we all work, understand all that shit. I think one of the viewers said that, hey, once you take that shower, decompress. Hey, if your ass gotta wake up at 2 in the morning after getting at least 2 to 3 hours of sleep or taking a 30-minute nap, you better toot that ass up. He better you know that more. Hey, I know we got some folks watching who are holier than thou, but that dick be hard when you wake up, get on top of that shit and ride that dick down before you go to work. On some real ass shit. Let's be real. Fuck scheduling sex. I think everybody said quickies. Hell the fuck yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I think Jay Ward said close the door. I'm smacking the ass in front of my kid. You know, I'm grabbing that ass in front of my kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my kid uncomfortable to be in my goddamn house. I pay the bill. Nigga, like on some real shit. Like on some real shit, you better go to your room and close. That's the only time you're allowed to close the door as a kid in my goddamn house. Like on some real shit. Like, I ain't scheduling shit really. I understand we busy.
Bruh,
Everybody got their time.
You might not be scheduling, but she holds the power. She
Guess
holds
what?
the power.
All right, so T, let's go there. Remember what I said. What she or he won't do, and that's if she with somebody who not doing for her. Motherfuckers gonna sooner or later step out, whether it's emotionally, whatever it may be, physically. They gonna go get that shit. Whether they watch porn and grab that dildo, that motherfucking that rabbit. Whether that nigga grab his hands, his fucking pocket pouch, whatever, go step out. Let's be real. Let's be real. Niggas gonna get it all. Y'all playing. That's why y'all have all this. That's why all this cheating going on. That's why all this cheating going on. Just being honest. Let's be real.
Nah, Crow, you absolutely right, man. I absolutely agree with that, man. You know, I think that, you know, people should, like, it shouldn't be a requirement, but you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, you go to work and you do whatever you do at work that you don't want to do, and then you come home and you want to, you know, act a certain way or whatever, but you know, you put up with all that stuff at work, you know what I'm saying? So why you can't come home and put up with, you know, your spouse or whatever?
She telling you, you got rules at work, and when you come in your house is your sanctity.
Right.
Vice versa for her. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to be kind of free in that way when they walk through that door. So if I'm walking in and you looking good in that skirt, that pantsuit you got on, and I smack that ass and be like, shit, how was work today, baby? I don't need you like gone, boy, unless it's a playful gone, boy. Because then I'm gonna follow you in the room and we might go on, boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Miss Hackett said, better get somebody equally yoked. I think that's what Crow's pretty much saying. You better find you someone that can do it as much as you can. Like if I smack you and you say no.
Right. That's why I say communicate, man. Fuck all this cupcake shit in the beginning. Y'all need to start talking about what you really like, what the fuck you looking for. It's okay to be fucking open and honest because that's gonna get a motherfucker in and out your life and fuck the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Crow is not a rabbit anymore. It's a Rose or Tracy's dog. That's what they leaving us for right there.
See, Jay Ward know all the ins and outs of this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Them the toy that they suck the clit and everything, man. They're trying to replace us.
But the thing,
hold on, at the same time, don't it?
Hold on, let's talk about that real quick before we get to the next topic because some men are intimidated by toys.
No, bring them motherfuckers. It's time to play. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh my God. If she got toys, you never shy away from that. You welcome them mugs. You sit back and grab some cognac and sip and watch, and then you dived in like Trey Songz, my nigga.
I'm not saying. Hold on. Let me get that right. I'm not saying that's me, my nigga. I'm just saying some people are intimidated. I'm not the nigga that's intimidated.
All right.
You
Be
know what I'm saying?
intimidated. Let her go and bring your look. Come on over. I got you. I got batteries to go with it too. Let's go.
Hold on now, Danny, but BDSM.
She going too hard now.
Yeah,
I just saw that. Danny going too hard.
That's so we'll talk about that another time.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with BDSM. Hey, bondage and shit.
I'm not anything wrong with
Mute Crowley.
Crowley using real handcuffs, like in the field handcuffs that he didn't.
Crowley bringing his right handcuffs from work to the bedroom. Like Crowley ain't playing with y'all. Listen,
Colin and Mace the chick and everything.
Let's go to the next topic because BDSM, that's a whole.
Rob said you and the toy can collab like 21 Savage. That's
all right, so let's move
They'll
on.
turn into ladies' night in there.
I'm always down for the collab. Goddamn.
We not turning this to ladies' night. So the next one, we pretty much kind of talked about it, having that peace of mind, coming home to a good house and letting it all rip. But when it comes to a relationship, I don't even know how to approach this one. Would you rather have, not saying you can't have both because you can have both, but when it comes to your partner and your relationship, would you rather have peace of mind or financial stability? Let me see how we talked about this in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, how did we talk about? I think this was somebody sent this question in, I think, but I don't. I mean, we men, so
it was
peace of mind.
All right. It was a choose one. Because basically they said a lot of relationships toggle between having a peace of mind for a couple of years and then financial stability for the next. You can kind of never have two for the longest, for a long period of time. So they was like, if you could choose one, which one would you choose? A peace of mind or financial stability for your relationship for, forever?
So which one would you choose, bro?
Honestly, and I know people gonna say they go hand in hand, but we know some millionaires that don't have a fucking peace of mind. Their families in shambles and all of that. People are completing suicide and they financially stable. They own a lot of stuff. They bank accounts are in the millions and things are happening. And so for me, I would say, I know people would say money can get you all of this, that, and the other, but I work in a field where I see individuals who don't have anything material-wise or financially, but they are in a state of, peace. And so honestly, for me, I look at it as if I can have a peace of mind, it's like going to work. Your job could be paying you at the hoo-ha. You can be a 60-year-old person, but they can be giving you stress all day long. Like you hate your job, but they paying you at the hoo-ha. I'm sorry, I can't work in no place like that. I know people are like, what? You'd rather get paid pennies for a peace of mind? Yes, because health is wealth. If I can live long, I can accumulate. You know what I'm saying? I can accumulate some stuff.
Right.
But if something is gonna kill me, so give me that peace of mind in my relationship. If I got a peace of mind, she gonna be happy with our 2-bedroom, our 1-bedroom. You know what I'm saying? We gonna love sopping up our biscuits and our bean juice. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna love stealing electricity from the neighbors. Because we both got a peace of mind with living with each other, versus having a lot of fucking money and you at each other's throat. You got a lot of married people who got houses riding around good and all this, but they hate walking through that goddamn door every day. They got money, both of them got money, but they hate walking through their door. They waiting on the kids to graduate and do all that way they can get on up out of there. So give me that peace of mind any day.
Gotcha. What do you think, T?
Like I said earlier, man, I think all of us gonna say peace of mind, you know what I'm saying? But cause we men, cause that financial part really don't really
Well,
like
I'm gonna say
it
this: the
don't.
way
No,
you're
I'm
saying,
just saying like that don't really have nothing to do with it, cause for the most part we all financially stable as men, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really see us having an issue on the financial side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that all of us probably gonna say peace of mind, cause don't nobody want to hear all that shit, man, and nagging and shit. It
But
don't
I'm gonna be
matter.
honest, T. Let me interject real fast. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't been at the level I always been today sitting in front of you all. And so I had to work, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 jobs.
Right.
But to have a peace of mind, G, I go back to them, like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stressed out at my job now, but the peace of mind versus working somewhere or being around a female that's stressing me in a relationship, give me that peace of mind any day. I take a drama free individual any day. So
Right.
that
You
peace
definitely
is
and
needed.
yeah, you definitely gotta have that drama free individual, man. Cause you know, like you said, when you come home after work, you really want to decompress, man. You really want to just feel like you in your sanctuary. You
right?
know what I'm saying? So peace of mind is definitely something that everybody should strive for. You know what I'm saying? Like that financial stability actually will come if you have a peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because your spouse will push you or push each other to get to that financial part, but you really ain't gonna get that if you don't have that peace of mind. But a lot of that peace of mind stuff come from just being secure in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Like not really just securing your relationship, but securing yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's where the peace of mind comes from. Because if you know who you are and what you bring to a relationship, then your spouse brings whatever they know that they are and they bring to a relationship, then you can actually, actually build an empire. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Jay Ward, wrap it up.
So I agree with everybody saying, the peace of mind. I just want to say that peace of mind equals financial stability. Because if you are at peace with the person that you're with and you are in tune with the person that you're with, they're not going to make financially irresponsible decisions because they know what it means to you to be financially stable. So you can trust that person with your whole check if you needed to, because you already know that
That's
they're
good.
not going to make irresponsible choices with it. I'm going to say this: men marry for peace of mind. Like that's one of the major things that a man will marry for. It's not, you know, being pleased physically is up there too, but peace of mind with, I know you ain't gonna be in the streets. I know that you're not gonna blow all our money. That's what peace of mind is to a man. Like if I know, like, hey, I'm not expecting you to cook clean all the time, but if I can't help you in that area, you're still gonna be taken care of. That's what peace of mind usually means to a man. And I think that's what a man marries for, is that peace of mind. Um, a person, like T was saying, a person that's secure in themselves, a person that's secure in their goals, a person that is secure in their purpose is never financially unstable because they already are in tune with all those things. So because they are in tune with those things, then they'll never be a broke person because they already know what it is. They know how to live within their means. They know how to create wealth. They know how to hustle. They know what drive is. So that person is never broke because they already know what it is that they bring to the table, and they know how to bring money around. Like sometimes I miss having a job where I didn't have to think. Like I have to think so much at work sometimes. I'm just like, man, I just miss laying bricks. When I was a brick apprentice, I didn't have to think at all. I just have to just be strong. And sometimes I miss that. But on the same side of that, the knowing that you're secure in what it is that you do, you'll never be a broke person because you always know how to bring wealth towards yourself. So that person is never broke. So peace of mind is definitely way more valuable.
So real quick. I think we touched on this already, but I'm gonna ask again. Would you had a question in the comments? Would you be okay with your spouse making more money than you?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we
Yes.
got.
Go
Duh.
on, buy me that
Yes.
PlayStation, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Man, listen, like I said
Yes.
and I think we clipped this before, but anybody that say that a man is intimidated by them making more money, that is their defense mechanism because they have trash behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, let's just talk it out. I said it before. No real man cares about how much money you make. We want to support you. We want to push you to the highest level of whatever you want to be. Whatever you want to be, your man will support you to get there. If that means you make a whole bunch of money, bring that shit home. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
be
no
right
man.
there at the grand opening. Cut like yo, let's get
Yeah,
it. You
exactly.
feel
I don't know.
what?
I promise. I don't know no man that feels like that or that's that insecure that they are intimidated by a woman making more money than them. We want these women to make all the money to help out and do whatever. That less stress on us. So y'all need to quit saying that and quit saying that people can't handle you and people are intimidated by you because you are a lie and you are not an animal. So nobody should be trying to handle you anyway. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to the
That boy out on bail.
I don't bail fresh out of jail, California dreaming.
Hey,
I think we're gonna wrap up with the hold on, say what. I'm gonna go to the last topic. Another viewer dropped this one in the dropped this one and asked us to talk about it. And it's very interesting. It was a very interesting video. I'm trying to find it so I can pull it up, but basically it was a conversation between two artists. I can't remember the two exact artists, but she asked this artist, would you lie to your woman? He was like, no, of course I'm not gonna lie to my woman. Why would I lie to my woman? And she was like, you should lie to your woman. You go to work every day and you lie to your boss about how good things are going and they don't see the bad side of you. You lie to your family members, they don't see the bad side of you, or so on and so forth. But then you come home to me and you don't lie to me. You give me all the hurt, all the pain, all the anger, so on and so forth. Why don't you lie to me sometime when I ask you how your day is going or how are you? So I can feel good too, right? So
Hold on, Swift. That was Nikki Giovanni, man.
Yeah, Nikki Giovanni,
Respect
yeah.
on her name, bro.
I can remember.
Legend.
Whoa.
Legend.
Shout out to the Reds.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Who
Go
was he
ahead.
talking to? It was another artist, Nikki Giovanni, and who?
I don't know.
But the premise, I mean, it has a solid foundation. Should you sometimes lie to your woman the way James Baldwin, that's who it was. Should you sometimes lie to your woman? Appreciate that, Osei. So I'm gonna start with T or Crow. Which one y'all want to
Want me?
Go ahead, Crow. Go ahead, Crow. I'm gonna have to whisper.
All right. All right. Back in the gap, Crowley would lie to you. Crowley would lie to you back in the gap. Now, Crowley has grown, and Crowley see no reason to lie to you. I'm gonna give you the truth. It's up to you to be able to accept the truth, and either continue to deal with me or not deal with me. Everything that I've done for probably the past 6 years, I've told it. What, my son's 6? Yeah, I definitely started telling the truth when my son was born, and that's how I became single against my son's mama, because I told her the truth. You know what I'm saying? I didn't lie. So I'm definitely not lying any goddamn more. So for me, if you ask me what I got going on, I'm gonna tell you what I got going on. And it's up to you to accept, deal with, compromise, or something like that. I just don't have time to try to remember lies now. I don't. Whether they small white lies or big ass lies, don't have time for them. Just keeping it simple. So I'm not gonna lie to your ass. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're gonna ask now. I'm gonna say this too now, women, and this go for the men too now. Also, when you ask these goddamn questions, you need to be ready to accept what's coming behind them motherfuckers. And then you need to try to know, like, if this motherfucker telling me something that I think I don't want to hear or it's gonna hurt my feelings, you really need to kind of know your next step in a way, because some shit might come rushing down on you when, you know, a lot of y'all women and men think y'all the only ones. You know, us niggas get bad and think we the only ones too. And they tell you, nah, nigga, you ain't the only one. It's really smashing this back out too. And you get that lump in your throat like, oh, I thought I was the only one. You need to be ready for some shit like that. So when you ask these questions, let's be real. When you go seeking this stuff, You know, you seek, and you shall find. That's the most realest. That's real. So be if you want to know, hey, just be ready for what comes your way. I ain't lying to you.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I'm with Crow on that, man. But I will say, some. All right, man. Listen, sometimes you gotta goddamn lie, man. I'm
Nope,
just being
nope,
nope. Hold
nope,
on, Crow. Hold on, Crow.
nope.
Hold on, Crow.
If you're
I'm
going to
saying
see them strippers
no,
shake
Crow.
that ass,
Quit
shake
cutting,
that
quit
ass.
cutting me off, nigga. Quit cutting me off, nigga. Listen, I'm a strong believer in never lying as far as like major shit or real shit. You know what I'm saying? The only time I will lie is like I went to McDonald's or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And the goddamn didn't get a Big Mac or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not lying about no real shit. Cause my thing is. And I tell my old lady this shit every time, bro. Cause she would ask me the same question 15 times in a different way. And then she'll ask the same question over the course of 6 months. And it'd be the same question over and over. And I tell her all the time, the truth don't change. It don't matter how many times you ask the question, how many times, however you word it or whatever, the truth don't change. So honestly, I don't lie to my old lady, cause I never have to lie to my old lady because I'm AB. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, real talk. So I always tell the truth. And I don't think a lot of women are accustomed to niggas not lying to them. Like, honestly, they once they get a nigga that's just honest and real, and like Crowley say, let's be real. Like, once they get a nigga like that, they don't even know how to handle a nigga like that. Like, god damn. I want the nigga
He
to lie to me because he always telling me the truth.
he raw. You say whatever. No, see, you'll get this. You don't care about my feelings. You say whatever you feel. You
Exactly.
goddamn right. I'm telling you what I feel. Because if I hold back, then you gonna say, "Oh, that nigga, you a lying ass nigga." No, I'm giving you the
Yeah,
truth.
but that's what
Y'all,
I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like the truth never changed, man. So I just like to tell the truth because I'm old now, bro. I ain't got time to be trying to remember all these lies and remember my alibis and all that shit. Like that shit old to
well,
me.
let's
You,
let's switch it up because Hunt bring up a good point. He said we shouldn't lie, but you should keep some of that negative energy to yourself or vent to your friends. I think that's what Nikki Giovanni was getting to when she was saying you come home and I get the very minimum of you, like I get the worst of you. I don't get to see you happy or you
But
bring.
that's what we just touched on that in the last segment about coming in, your home being your sanctuary, your freeness.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
if you gotta lie to your hey baby, when she say how's your day been at work? Because all right, so everybody know I used to work, hey, mental illness is a mug. So when I had them days where you got hey shit, today was a rough one, caught a rough call or what have you. Once I let you know I had a rough call, I done kind of got that off me. Now I'm looking at you to be my breath of fresh air. Shit, let's go. And if let's just say if you are a lawyer or a nurse or somebody, you lost a patient that day, and you say, "Baby, I lost one today." I'm gonna say, "Babe, you need to talk about it. You need anything?" And if you like, "No, I was kind of da this." Once we get past that, hey, we in the home. It's time to have fun. It's time to be free. Let's go in the kitchen. Let's do something. Let's kids get y'all ass on there doing some homework or whatever it may be. Man, your mama finna unwind. We finna kick our feet up, some shit like that.
Gotcha. So I think the premise is being conscious of the energy you're bringing, especially into your home, and making sure your wife knows what kind of day you had and what kind of energy you're bringing, and y'all being on the same page. Jay Ward, what you think?
So I agree to a certain degree with what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that you should be honest with your spouse or your mate or your significant other. But I do think that certain things are just better left unsaid. Like for example, if you saw a beautiful woman at McDonald's, you don't have to come through the door saying, "Man, I saw this fine ass chicken at McDonald's." Like that's something that you're not necessarily lying, but you're just not bringing that information up
Why are you
because
why
it's
are
not
you even
important.
bringing that up though? That's not
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but if your old lady know that you saw the woman and you thought that she was attractive and you don't tell her, then
you,
it's a lie. So it's one of
now if
those
you
things that I think
actually
that you.
that's a hold on, Jay. Well, you said if you go to McDonald's and then you come home and be like, I saw this fine ass woman. She didn't ask you who the fuck you
But
saw.
hold on. Let's use another analogy. I guess what Jay
Yeah.
Ward, you had this shitty ass day at work, and you come home and she asks you how was your day, and you say, it was okay, but I'm home now. I'm here with you. Let's turn up like you said. I think that's what Dave Ward hitting it.
So yeah, like Amina saying, that's a lie by omission.
Mhm.
You know, don't I agree with don't lie, but don't make her a dumping ground for your shit. You know, that's what you have, you know, friends for. That's what you have a counselor for, or a therapist for. I'm not gonna come home every day and dump shit on you every day. I'm going to, you know, I'm just gonna fight through it and deal with it. Sometimes though, like, you know, like I have arthritis in my knees, and my knees hurt constantly. But that's not something I'm going to constantly talk about that my knees hurt. Like I'm just gonna either deal with it or I'm gonna find something else. But sometimes I just can't deal with the pain. And
Okay.
you know,
Y'all
there's just something.
mentioned dumping versus lying. If she asks you a question coming through the door, if she say, "Babe, how was your day?" All right, Jay Ward. I'm pretending. Jay Ward, how was your day, babe? What you gonna say?
It was good.
It was good. Okay, then what does good look like?
And then you know, I'm not gonna go deep into it. I
Okay,
will,
so if you don't go
but
deep into it, I'ma fall back or either say, "All right, babe, you know you hungry," or "What's the next move?" That's what you go from. Then if they don't give you, you don't have to push. You know, but if they open up and give you, then cool. But you got to know your spouse. Sometimes your spouse wants you to dig and be like, well, you know, I need them to dig just a little bit more. You got to know that person you will.
yeah, agree. I agree. I do think that that's a part of the communication barrier with men. We're expected to be so tough, and you just kind of keep so much stuff to yourself. And I think that is kind of a dangerous game that you're playing. And you tell your friend all the bad, and you don't tell your spouse any of the bad. I think there should be a balance. But as far as I think going back to the original question, I think that men feel like if I'm lying to you, I'm sparing your feelings. If I'm lying to you, that means I care about you, and I'm trying to present this perfect world to you. And when I was younger, I thought that that was the way. Honestly, I thought that was the way. But now that I've gotten older, I've realized that that isn't the way. And I need to believe in the person that I'm with enough to and believe in their intellect and their understanding enough to be honest with them and be truthful with them and let them make that decision. And I thought when I was younger, I really thought that telling a lie or choosing not to be upfront with you about certain things was the best path, because I'm saving you from this heartbreak, or I'm saving you from this foolishness. And as I got older and I matured, I realized that that was just that was just prolonging that feeling for later when they found out from someone else, and it actually amplified it when they found out from someone else. So I really feel like just being real with them from the jump is the best path. But like, kind of like T was saying, it's just certain stuff I'm just you got to fight your battles. You got to choose which battles you want to fight. So I'm not gonna just come home and tell you, babe, the woman at work smacked me on the ass, and I didn't know how to take it. It's just certain stuff. I'm just not gonna come and just drop it on your doorstep if it's need to know information. It's just not gonna
Because
come
you're
in.
gonna be at
Well,
your job the next
but
day.
You're gonna be at your job the next day.
now, let's just be honest though. What about, okay, you try to vent to the woman, and then in the next argument that y'all have, what she
She bring it
do?
up.
Bring it up.
She gonna bring it up and hold it over your head, man. God damn, you can't win. You can't even vent to your old lady. You can't hit
But
the
that's
group chat. Hold on, you can't hit the group chat because the bruh's gonna call you pussy. You know what I'm saying? So
not our group chat. Not our group chat. Because we
who
call
you
Not
supposed to
out.
talk to? Who you really supposed to talk to, bro? You know what I'm saying?
But that's what
I
Hunter was
think I think
saying.
it's important to establish a support system,
Yeah,
and know that one
Hunt
or
said
two
this. Go ahead.
that one or
My
two
bad.
people that those one or two people that you can trust, and you know that they're not going to run your business to anyone else, and they're going to give you honest perspective. Like I have two people in my corner, or three people in my corner, and I know that I can talk to them about anything, and they're going to give it to me straight. It's not going to be any bull or any made up stuff. They're going to give it to me straight, and I don't have to worry about them you know just feed me lies or bull. They're going to give it to me straight. So I think those people are very important. But you don't need to tell. I got I have 17 line brothers. I don't need to tell each one of them what's going on in my particular situation.
Right, I agree. But that's what Nikki Giovanni was.
Especially not Swift.
Shut your ass up. But that what she was saying though. Like I come home, you come home, and I get the brunt of everything. But like Hunt was saying, black men really don't have any other outlets. Therapy is frowned upon for black men. It's taboo, and we can't. Parents, friends, some things are not seen as masculine, so we don't want to talk about it. So our chick is getting the brunt of all the negativity we endure. Not alpha beta, of course. I'm just speaking in general for black men, but getting all of that negativity. How do we change that? Like, what does that look like? So we just like start signing black men up for therapy at a young age? Like, what does that look like?
Nope.
I mean, see, AB, we have a good support system, man. So it's kind of hard for us to get into all that, you know what I'm saying? Because we do have a good support system. But I do think a lot of men do have a problem with, opening up, or they don't know who to open up or how to open up, you know what I'm saying? We were taught at a young age to man the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? At 4 years old, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely, that's something that black men got to work on and do better at, because it's hard for the black man, you know what I'm saying, as far as expressing themselves. And, and a lot of women actually get the short end of the stick because of the way that we were raised, you know what I'm saying? So we really have to acknowledge that and take accountability for ourselves for the lack of emotion, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of black men are still going through adversities up until the age of 30. And with that being said, how do you tell somebody who is still struggling in the world they need to seek help, and how do they pay for that help when they don't have the financial means at that moment in time? Because we've already talked about the minimum income of a black male, or the medium income, of a black male. And then that means majority of our black males don't have full-time jobs where insurance won't even cover them having that therapy covered. So then that leaves them relying on family, partners, friends, associates, whatever they call them. Their side chicks, their significant others. So that's a limited resource when we're constantly pushing therapy for our young black men, and or either for our older black men, and a lot of them don't have the means to get to that therapist, or to even afford that therapist, because they're not at that job or in that career that offers that that copay payment. They're working at a job where, or either they don't have a job at all. So then that's where it comes into the point where you have to surround yourself with the proper men. So I know we always say alpha beta men, but each one of us is alpha beta men. So in my crew, outside of alpha beta, they'll tell you all the time, I'm preaching self-care. I'm preaching mental health to them. And I know they be like, nigga, you always talking about, nigga. Yes, I love y'all. Yes, you need to love on yourself. Yes, you need to take some time for yourself. And I tell them that.
I tell her all
the time. So I just, encourage us to allow those men, especially women, your brothers, your uncles, your dad, tell them it's okay to be vulnerable to their brothers, their siblings, if they don't feel comfortable being, vulnerable to no one else. I'm a proud person that support therapy. I had to seek counseling, but it took me a minute to do it. So I'm all for it. Hey, my brothers, my sisters, go out there if you really need to talk to somebody professionally, because sometimes your friends and your family will lead your black ass astray.
Absolutely.
Swift. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, like Rob said, sex, drugs, and alcohol don't work. It is not gonna get the job done. Go ahead,
we have an agency on my job in the school system that deals with kids who suffer traumatic experiences, And just talking to so many people, especially Black people, we all suffer at least 2 traumatic experiences before 15. And some of us, 3 or 4 of those before 15. And for the average person, that's enough to break them. But usually, those of us who've gone to college, we've kind of overcome those things, but we still haven't healed from those. And those are things that we really have to talk about and process through moving forward. Even if you may be 36, 37, 38 years old and you still haven't processed it, it's not too late. You want to make sure that you process those things and really work through those and get those resolved. And that will stop a lot of lies and irrational behavior, because you've healed and you've worked through those things. And I think just being able to talk to someone, and I don't recommend, I know this might sound weird, I don't recommend Christian counseling, if that makes sense. Because Christian counselors are going to give you Bible stuff, and they're going to talk to you about, well, the Bible says this and the Bible says that, but that's not necessarily mental health, because all those remedies are not necessarily productive. And you can't be, now you want to lie to the therapist because you're afraid they about to judge you on some Bible stuff. So I would just say, go seek a professional. And not saying that a Christian counselor isn't good, but I would just go seek a professional where you can just not hold anything back. Because if you go to therapy and you lie to the therapist, then you're really kind of defeating the purpose of going to therapy to begin with. So, go and get that stuff worked through.
All right. Any final comments before we go to this last little topic?
No, I think we touched on it, man.
Jeezy won. That ain't got nothing to do with this topic, but okay.
Mute J Ward, because you got me messed up. Hold on, say what now? That versus last night was lit.
Brought to you by Ciroc, baby.
Hold on, Swift. Danny said get a counselor that looks like you and that's relatable. I don't know if I agree with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you need a whole nother cultural perspective on what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it because we Black and, they probably understand us a little more. But sometimes you do need that extra, out. You know what I'm saying?
I would say this much. They don't have to look like you. That's your preference on you. But I will say this much. You need to find a counselor that you can connect with. That's the main thing. Not so much as one that you could connect with, one that you feel vulnerable to, one that you can open up to, one that you can be able to entrust and learn from, because you're trying to get to or out of where you're at that moment in time. So it's not so much about as it's like I said, it's about that connection. Because that's your therapist. You need to be able to get to that growth of where you're trying to go, because then you're fooling yourself if you're not being real with your therapist. Mm-hmm. And because your therapist not allowed to do their job if you're not being open and honest with your therapist to get to that goal. Because if your therapist on that CB on cognitive behavior therapy, y'all got to reach a goal. You going out that smart method. I know that's a whole different level for y'all, but you got specific things that you're trying to reach to. You came to that therapist because of a certain problem that you're having or that you're going through. So you trying to find a solution, or more so, not so much a fix for it, but coping skills to help out with what's going on and get you through to continue on with your what you would call normal living on a daily basis. But I jump out that high horse.
I think the first step is finding a therapist, go to the session, figure out what you like and don't like, and then you can process everything from there. But at least find a therapist. That's the first step. Go to a therapist. But back to this versus, because y'all get Gucci Mane messed up. Gucci came to fight. Gucci came to shoot that hoe out. He ain't trying to hear shit Jesus saying. I ain't trying to hear shit Jesus saying. Y'all get my boy Gucci messed up. Listen. Okay, first I'm gonna start here. Who y'all think won?
Everybody knows.
You know who won, man. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know who won, obviously. But
what did y'all think though about the verses? What did y'all think?
I started out, man. It's all good. Listen, Jeezy won. But everybody acting like Jeezy won by a big margin, and that's not true. Because Gucci really was like, I would say, What?
We got 2 or 3 songs out.
Yeah, he didn't lose by a lot. But the thing about Gucci, people gotta understand, Jeezy was at a high point. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy didn't have nothing to lose. So I really give more respect to Gucci for even showing up to the versus battle, man. So you got, and if you know Gucci history and all that Gucci been through and all the shit that he been doing, just for him to show up and actually accept Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really an apology, but just a truce. Just for him to show up, showed that both them boys have grown up, man. Cause Gucci really, see, it's easy for Jeezy to sit there and be like, you know, we trying to take the high road and all this shit because he was in the power position.
Yeah.
Gucci the one that took the L, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to give more props to Gucci for actually standing there and being a man and looking that dude in the face, man. Real talk.
I'm with you on that one, T.
Gucci lost. Gucci lost like a motherfucker. But we need to actually say that, you know what I'm saying? Gucci showed up, bro.
Shout out to you. You send some fucking hitters after me and try to take some from me or try to take my life. Like Gucci, like that's why I got Marcus versus Crowley, because on one hand I'm Jeezy, on one hand I feel like I'm Gucci, but on some real shit, I'm with Gucci on that. Hey, all that he was talking last night, you finally get to see somebody who tried to take your life or send somebody towards you to bring you danger. God is in the midst of this, homie. Like, you lucky I ain't got my homie in this fur coat that's over here on my team over there on your ass while I'm performing the song just to catch you off guard. Like, forget all the verses for the culture and all that. Dude, you endangered my life. I probably went and married my girl Keisha, who was down with me. My son, my unborn child is on the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Gucci. All that playing in his head. This man lost out on millions sitting in jail while Jeezy coming up. And I'm nothing against Jeezy. I rock with motherfuckers that tell you I'm word for word rocking with Jeezy. But I'm word for word rocking with Gucci too, because I'm from around the way and I feel that shit that nigga be on. You know what I'm saying? So it's, for me, I'm like, T, it was growth on both ends, but I'm not mad at Gucci at all for how he was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he had it on his mind before he even came. He said during this, I was not doing this if I couldn't perform truth. He said,
dude, if somebody come for you, if I send somebody for you, Swift, and tell somebody to take your hat off your head right now, and you think you're not gonna feel some way?
Well, they're not gonna make it in the house because I got the AR.
Same thing. That's all I'm getting to, G. That's all I'm getting to.
But yeah, if you send somebody at me,
look at Jay Ward. He ready to cap for Jeezy. Look at him. Look at him. He ready to cap for Jeezy.
And I'm not saying I don't give a fuck who won. Let me get that clear before y'all send it somewhere else. I'm a fan of music. I feel like both of them got their place in what they do. I don't live off rapper words. I don't hang on their motherfucking words. Crowley been doing him. Each one of them say something that I feel like I can relate to. I possibly did some shit that they probably didn't talked about. Cool. But at the end of the day, I ain't mad at Gucci for, I get everybody saying, you know, he should have been on the ground. He was on some grown shit. He ain't go over there and he ain't bust that thing in his motherfucking mouth. He ain't had none of his niggas to murk him as soon as he came through the building. That's some grown ass shit. Fuck what you heard. You come out to my life, that's some grown ass shit.
Go ahead, Jay Ward.
All right. For the people that saying that Gucci Man is lyrical, you know that's a lie. Stop saying it.
Nobody said Gucci Man lyrical.
There's a lot of people saying it, but I don't. Jeezy, his catalog would destroy Gucci Man's. And they both had bullets in the chamber. I have Jeezy did not play Go Getter. He didn't play Tear It Up. He didn't play So Amazing that would have shut the verses down. Gucci didn't play Beat It Up. He didn't play Freaky Girl, which I don't understand. He also didn't play Shirt Off. So I think those songs should have all made it to
I
the
take
list.
my shirt off and all the whole
No,
stop.
that's me right there. That's my song.
Straight out
Shout out to my boy Goose with shirt up. But if we going by what a versus is, it's hit for hit, not diss for diss. It's hit for hit. Nothing else. Not I got a $10,000 outfit on. You got a jersey on. It's hit for hit, and we going for hit for hit. It was a wash. He washed him. Hit for hit, he washed him. I don't care. The other stuff is variables. Other stuff. Other stuff.
Why?
Jay,
He
what?
didn't
No,
wash him.
The rest of it is
He didn't
variables.
wash him.
Hold on. A hit according to who though?
Right,
commercial success.
Gucci in the right spot, G. That's a motherfucking hit. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Yeah,
but listen, Crow. It was people in the background whose songs they knew every word to. Jesus or Gucci's.
Actually, now let's be real now. Like Crowley say,
Yes.
Gucci folks did not bob their head to stand in ovation.
Because they want right.
No, I'm just saying, if you don't bob your head to stand in ovation, you a hater, bro. Them boys was stiff faced, man. That was some hating shit, bro.
There was some real.
But as far as the culture impact of it, I've always said that Gucci Man is the birth of the trash rappers that we have now. And he's the grandfather of them. He birthed those trash rappers that we hear on the radio today,
bro.
Because he figured out 30 ways to rhyme with mama and llama and yama. So
I can't take it. Jay Ward got no man. Come on, Jay.
Jay Ward tripping, man. Jay Ward tripping.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Thank you. Let me finish.
Okay,
bro. Gucci
Man
makes. Somebody said that Gucci Man makes the music for people who didn't switch classes in high school, and if you think about it, it's almost you probably didn't go to geometry if you had Gucci Man winning that battle. But
meet that man.
When I think about it, when I think about it, the way Jeezy set the campus on fire my freshman year. I'll never forget it. That everybody in Alexander was playing Jeezy on their radio.
Hold on, you lived in Alexander your freshman year?
Yeah.
You lit? Oh my God.
Yeah, we are.
Every single radio had the Snowman playing, and I promise you, I kid you not, I would not cap for this. Here's my thing with this. If we would have had a battle of swag, then Gucci won. Gucci said, "Hey, let's have a versus between me and Floyd Mayweather about jewelry." Jeezy brought up real estate, which is more valuable than jewelry. So it's like every time he would try to throw in a sneak diss, Jeezy would throw in a better educated diss right behind him, and it's just like, "Hey, you dealing with you in a 2005 mindset." Gucci Man himself got mad and said, "Bruh, stop playing all that old shit." He got mad because all these are classic songs. He got mad and said, "Man, stop playing all that old stuff." And then he came back with what was it, Black Beatles?
No, Bruno
that was
Mars.
his response. Oh, he came with the Bruno Mars song. I'm like, that's your response? Really?
He more recent than anything Jeezy played.
Listen, man, you a motherfucking lie, bro. Let's just be real, bro. Gucci got more money than Jeezy. Obviously, it's easy to see. So let's be real. I love Jeezy, and Jeezy won last night. Honestly, he won last night because he played hit after hit. Like I said, he didn't win by a lot. He didn't win by a large margin. He won, I would say, like Hunt said, 12 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't win by a large margin. Gucci got them hits, man. But I think Jeezy won because he took the high road. But again, like I said, it was easy for Jeezy to take the high road because he wasn't the victim. You know what I'm saying? He was never the victim. So I have to give Gucci the props for overcoming all that shit and showing up and looking that man in the face and calling him pussy. Like, for real. You got to give Gucci props for that.
But listen.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, T.
You talked all the time. I'm talking now.
No, I'm just saying, like, we really had to give Gucci props for the growth, man. Like,
I get that.
I understand that he was acting like a little kid sometime on that, but he was hurt, man. You could see the hurt in his face and the way he was rapping that shit. He was hurt behind all that because them boys were really friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I followed this shit. I was in the streets then. I already know all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But Jeezy, he has all the right to feel like the bigger man because he was never the victim. But we have to give Gucci all the props for showing up. Cause that man tried to kill that nigga, dog. Like he really, like we on some real street.
He went to steal his chain. He went to steal his chain.
Swift, we on some street shit, man.
No,
I'm from the streets, bro.
I'm about to stay on this street shit. Hold on.
You see somebody to come take something from me?
Shut up, Cross. Let me ask my question. Gucci killed this man's friend, made a song about it, performed the song at the verses, and then said, did the nigga put him in the dirt smoking on Pookie Low tonight? You send some more, I'm gonna send him the same way in a box. T, what you doing when somebody say that about your friend? Come on,
you are
come on, man. Come on,
listen. I
was
get
it a hit,
bro? It don't matter about it. Was it a hit? Cause
that's what a versus is. Hit for hit.
But the Gucci was very disrespectful, bro. Like that's very disrespectful. You talk about my partner that did. I got a whole bunch of partners that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about my partner that did. It's gonna be consequences and repercussions behind it. But that's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I get why Jeezy took the high road, man. And I promise, I understand why he took the high road, and it was bigger than Jeezy and Gucci. It was about the culture. It was about these little kids because these little kids are out here killing each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Mo3, he got killed. King Von, he got killed. Boosie damn near lost his leg, bro. He might still lose his leg. You know what I'm saying? So I get why Jeezy took the high road. But at the same time, you talk about smoking my partner, dog. I don't know how I'm gonna take that, bro.
But that nigga that's in the dirt.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm for live, bro. I get really on that live shit, dog.
Swift.
Go ahead.
Swift. One thing that I really hated about it is that Gucci is glorifying things that these kids, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, they can't separate what's fact from fiction. Like, I know Ross ain't been in the streets like he talk about, but these people, they don't understand how to separate the two. And like, you know, the message that Jesus was trying to send is like, bro, this is bigger than us and we got to stop killing each other. And I feel like Gucci feeding into the narrative of, you know, kill everybody.
No, wait.
And I also feel like this, and I've always felt like this. It might be the AB in me, but So Icy is trash on both of them. That's my least favorite song by both of them. I hate the song So Icy. That is a trash ass song. I hated that song the first time I heard it. That's a trash song.
Gucci not feeding into that narrative. Listen here. If he was feeding into that narrative, he could have sent 100 shots along to his way a long time ago. Honestly, that's feeding into the narrative. You know what I'm saying? The verses could have never took off. Could have never fucking aired. That would have been feeding into the narrative, like on the real. Him being there, being bigger than the narrative. Like he wasn't feeding into it. Like on some whole different shit. I'm with T on that, bruh. You ain't finna send nobody towards me. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all talking about him rapping about that. That's part of the streets, the rule. You send your nigga towards me and I murk that nigga, I'm just being real. And I see you and I'm gonna talk shit. Like, yeah, send another one my way. I'm gonna pop that nigga and send him back to you. I'm just being real. So you know what happened. Those are street rules. Send somebody way and that person live to tell about it. You know he gonna talk shit. Let's stop sugarcoating it and trying to be. So you keep your homies where they supposed to be at, and I keep my homies, and let's hopefully we can talk about this like men and nobody lose their lives.
But another point I'll make real quick, T, before you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Jay Ward was saying making a good point for these young kids. Listen, these young kids ain't listening to no Gucci, no Jeezy. They don't get no damn about them making the truth.
Right.
These niggas listen to NBA YoungBoy and these niggas.
Trash.
That's
Yeah,
not
like
gonna stop them from doing what they gonna do.
I just
They
really want.
the spawn a Gucci man.
I
And
just
his
really,
children.
like if like I used to be in the industry and all that. So if you really follow the industry, you know that Gucci and Jeezy pieced it up a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saying they the best of friends, but they at least try to piece it up like a couple years back. So all this stuff that happened on Versus with Gucci, like with the trolling, like Gucci was really trying to sell it, and he was on some WWE shit. You know what I'm saying? Him and Gucci talked before the show. You can tell because Gucci even said, I told you I was gonna do the truth. I told you I wasn't gonna do this show unless I could do the truth. So him and Jeezy actually talked before the show. So let's just like really be real about this. Like it's beef, but it's kind of dead. You know what I'm saying? Like they been kind of pieced it up. So it was really all show. Now, is it still lingering stuff that's there? Of course it's there because of the murder shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you send a nigga to kill me, dog, that's never gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like Jay Ward said, let's be honest, Jeezy came with hit after hit after hit. So Jeezy won. Jeezy won as far as the verses go and the hits go. But even Gucci wife, Keisha Kaur, she said that she was proud of Gucci for standing up there with the whole world watching and letting his demons go. She kind of, I mean, I'm kind of paraphrasing what she said in the caption, but if you know Gucci, you gotta give Gucci props for at least showing up and accepting Jeezy olive branch, bro. Real talk.
T, let me say this too, T, and I had to explain this to Spring 11 to BK, bro. It's all a money grab. They both got albums dropping, so you know you're not jumping into no verses if you don't have no album dropping. If you don't have nothing to promote, you're not gonna do it because everybody's trying to promote something. And I think, and I'm about to get,
promote.
I'm about to get muted for this. I'm about to get muted for this. But like I've been saying, Drake watching everybody because he's made his way into every verse.
Drake Drake got a goddamn ghostwriter, nigga. Drake got a ghostwriter, nigga. He ain't the king, nigga. Real talk. Now I fuck with Drake, and Drake will watch everybody in a versus. I honestly agree with you. I agree with except I don't know. He might watch Lil Wayne too, bro. I agree with you, Jay Ward. But again, Drake will never be the GOAT because he has a whole operation of ghostwriters and people that write his goddamn songs and his ideas and he's a motherfucking cookie cutter rapper.
Listen. Two of the songs that Gucci countered with, one was Drake's song, and then on Wasted, everybody was waiting on Plies verse. I'm just saying, the proof is in it. The proof is in it right there. It's just like Jeezy ain't even play. That's what his DJ said. He was like, "Man, y'all playing features? We ain't even doing that yet." It got nasty out there, man. It got pretty nasty out there. But I do one thing that I do like about Gucci, man, is his ability to reinvent himself, and you know, his ability to be able to overcome his things. And he put on a lot of artists, and I hate the fact that that's being missed, that he's put on so many artists. And like T said earlier, is that, you know, he put on a lot of artists and didn't reap the benefits of that financially. And you know, we got to make sure that we can put on people without sacrificing our own careers and things like that, because nobody ever remembers the person that put you on. And that's the sad part of it. Go ahead, Crow.
We as a black culture, should we feel like we're due some because we gave a lifting hand to the next person? So sometimes blessings come back around without you always having to seek money. So Gucci, you know, he gonna get his coming back around. Gucci, everybody know how many artists, and those artists know who Gucci helping them. So it's gonna come back around. We as black people got to get out the mind frame sometime that somebody always got to pay us something for giving them a helping hand. Yes, don't get me wrong, don't shortchange yourself, but sometimes it's okay to help the younger generation get in the door that way they won't have to go through the difficulties you went through. I've helped plenty of bros out get jobs. instead of having to go through go through some shit like on some real. So you just got to know the person you helping, but it's gonna come back around to Gucci for helping those
But
individuals.
y'all got Wayne messed up. I don't think it's no rapper living that would touch Wayne in the verses. Drake, nobody. Jay-Z, nobody.
Nas,
Nah,
Jay-Z.
Boy, shut the hell up, boy. Nas ain't got no fucking hits, boy.
Goddamn hits.
Nas ain't got no hits,
You
Come
nigga.
in.
Let me say something. No
We
damn,
from Mississippi, boy. You crazy.
damn, nah. I really don't think it's nobody touching Wayne in the verses though. Carter 1, Carter 2, dedication.
Drake,
y'all got
Drake,
Juvie messed up.
Drake got his, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. Drake got plenty number one, man. So at the end of the day, I mean, I know
It's
Wayne
gonna
put
be
Drake
Drake
on.
versus Future. Future versus Drake. They're
That's a
gonna play
watch.
the same songs against each other.
He gets embarrassed if it's
They're
Drake
gonna play
versus
the
Hey,
same songs
but
against each other.
truthfully, Future will watch a couple niggas on the verses though. Future will watch a couple niggas on the verses.
Not Drake.
Not
Not
Drake.
Him and Drake don't play the same songs.
Right.
bar for bar, like lines and lines. Nas is watching Wayne.
Quick question. So take
take
Jeezy out. I mean, not Jeezy, Gucci. Who would have won between Jeezy and T.I.?
T.I. got a deep catalog. Ooh.
I'm just saying. Because
T.I.
it's
got a
supposed
deep
to
catalog.
between
and Jeezy. T.I. and Jeezy. Who would have won?
T.I. got a deep catalog.
Okay.
T.I.
Yeah,
I gotta jump off, y'all. I don't have no closing remarks. I gotta jump off. It's past my time. I gotta jump off here, man. We'll be live next week.
I think Soulja Boy with Nas.
Boy, shut up, boy.
What? Hey, somebody mute Swift.
Mute the host, man. Hey,
All right, man.
All right, John. I'm shaking up.
Closing remarks, man. Listen, if you having sex, you need to enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? All these rules and stuff like that is not feasible. You know what I'm saying? Like that leads to cheating. That leads to people stepping out. If you are going to have sex with your significant other, all these rules need to go out the window, or at least have an open communication to let your spouse know what you like, what you don't like, what you will accept, what you won't accept. Because at the end of the day, if you are not performing to excellent levels, that nigga gonna do his thing. AB men don't cheat though. I'm just saying. AB men don't cheat. So let's just be honest about that. But other than that, I think that sex should be enjoyable and it should be spontaneous, and all that scheduling shit is lame. That shit lame as hell, cuz that shit lame as hell. And what was the second topic? Peace of mind. As far as peace of mind, I think that, or peace of mind versus financial stability. I think if you do have peace of mind, that financial stability will come later. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to deal with all that nagging and shit, man. You know, like we don't care. I know all my niggas are financially stable. We handle our business. We do what we supposed to do. All we need is a woman that's gonna bring us peace, juggle them ball like Crowley say, you know what I'm saying, and do their thing. And the last topic about should you lie to your woman, you should not lie to your woman, man. I think that you should tell the truth because, again, like I tell my old lady, the truth don't change. I tell the truth because I don't like to try. I don't have the willpower to try to remember all these lies and shit, man. So I like to tell the truth so I won't have to come back and try to remember all this shit. I'm old now, man. I ain't got time for it. I tell the truth because I feel like the truth never changes. I never have to think about what the answer was or what I told her 5 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. I'm going to tell the truth because I ain't worried about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel, man.
Scheduling sex, as I stated, moment I made you my old lady, all that stuff, moment you said you were gonna start fucking with me, whatever what status we on, whatever understanding we got, and especially if you my wife, when we said I do, hey, that was scheduling right there. Simple as that. Ain't no hey, we're gonna make some time. Quickies, whatever. Kids better close the fucking door. Like I said, go rewind the tape. You'll hear it. Rules to sex. Communication in the beginning. That way we can know. That way ain't no stoppage when we're in the game, to kind of sum that up. Unless we need to call the timeout for a water break. Maybe somebody sprained their ankle, maybe it was some traveling along the way or something like that, Hey, sometimes you may need that. Let me see. Peace of mind over financial stability. If you can bring me a peace of mind and comfort on some real ass shit, and that's coming from every level, and we've talked about those levels, shit, you might get your boy. And like T said, I'm a financial stability nigga like me. A lot of people tell you I don't mind working 3-4 jobs. I'm gonna make sure we good. You bring me a peace of mind, I'm gonna work. That's all you need to know. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna grind to get it to bring you what you need. And should you lie? Fuck no. You should not lie. If they down for you, you down for them. You all hopefully should be able to work through whatever is going on. Seek outside counseling if you may need to work through it, and if that doesn't work, then part motherfucking ways. Real ass shit.
Crowley, you gonna lie, man. I lie, bro. Sometime, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at McDonald's, I go to McDonald's on my lunch break, bro. I ain't bringing her the goddamn Big Mac. It's an issue, my nigga. Hey, I didn't go to McDonald's during my lunch.
Listen here, I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people who sneak out on their lunch break, be like, man, I can't tell my significant other I went to go eat here, this, that, and the other. Fuck that. Listen here.
Get us some anyway.
I went to go have these baby back ribs, and if I know she likes something particularly from this restaurant,
yeah,
grab it.
Yeah, you're right. I do that all the time. Now, I do that. I do that. You know
but if you know she don't care nothing for it, hey, and now I'm gonna say this. Now, if your black self, hey, you better go home, and if she didn't cook, you better eat what she didn't cook. Also, I don't care how full you are from lunch. If your woman then took that time, it's on a whole nother level. But if your woman then took that time, homie, and you still full.
Hey, nigga be full like a motherfucker still getting everything.
You better appreciate her taking that time, my boy, and scarf that meal down. All right, off that high horse. With that being said, still don't lie to your woman for nothing in the world, man. Hey, if you really love her, you really care about her, she gonna be willing to try to work through if it's not too bad. And you gotta respect if she's not willing to work through if it is too bad. But just know you've been real with yourself, open and honest with yourself, that you didn't have to lie to her, and you all will have a better relationship in the long run once you all work through whatever you all work through, knowing that no lies were told.
All right, let me go and wrap this up. Should there be rules for sex? I hope my mama not watching. No, just do what y'all comfortable with. Just have that conversation in the beginning so y'all both know what you are and are not comfortable with, and go from there. Should you schedule sex? Not.
Bro, hey, Swift a bottom feeder, man. He be trying to skate around this shit.
Listen, I'm trying to be. Listen, I am being wholesome. This is the honeymoon. Okay. But like I said, find you someone that's comfortable with everything you like to do: toys, BDSM, rope, handcuffs, chains, paddles, whatever you into. Find you someone that's comfortable with you as well, and y'all go from there.
Hey, listen, I'll send you an Amazon link or some shit, bro.
Peace of mind versus financial stability. I think we all agree with peace of mind. I don't need to go to that. Should you body a woman? No, but I do feel what she was saying as far as negativity. Try not to bring the negativity at home. That's your sanctuary. That's your peace. If you had a rough day at work, that shit don't exist no more when you make it to the house. Give your woman the best of you because she deserves it. And that's pretty much what it is. And hold on, say what now? Fuck Jeezy, Gucci One. I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. It is what it is. Put them in the dirt. Smoking on Pookie Low tonight.
Man, rest in peace to Pugalo, man.
And also, y'all, please be safe. Coronavirus is rising back up again. Get your health checked out. Get tested. All of the above. Also, shout out to Fifi. I think she got dance classes too. We got to post it on the next. Next BVT. But that's pretty much it.
If y'all want the Amazon link to the fire toy, I got you. Hit me up on the, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up on the Brother Vent 2 page. I send it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Something to drink while you play with that toy. He gonna enjoy that. He gonna be like,
I'ma say to you that listen.
Y'all should be enjoying it. He should be stroking while you get. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta be patient, son. Just let it. And then, like I said, Trey Songz dive in, son.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that thing real quick before we get off here.
Man, y'all gotta be open. Like I'm open to listen.
Let me see.
Listen. Lunch break.
Buy again. Buy again, dog. You're going down. Listen.
What?
Hold on, let me find that thing. Let me see. Buy again.
What's that buy again? Oh, not the buy again. I picked up on that buy again.
I picked up on it too. I ain't saying nothing.
Anyway, man, I can't find it, man. I'm on Amazon.
We'll drop it on the page or something. We'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, we'll do it. Hey, I'm gonna drop it on the page because then you won't know it came from me. You know what I'm saying?
You the only person dropping it. They gonna know.
They ain't gonna know, man. You know what I'm saying? My old lady be wondering about me sometimes. So I gotta keep it on the Lizzo.
I'm all about that fun.
All right, man.
Let your light shine, T. Don't keep it on the low. Hey, freak unite across the world, baby. Let's go.
Oh Lord.
Bring the camera out and all.
And
that's Swift. See, that's you, Swift.
Hey, for all y'all who scared of these cameras, hey, no lie. Man, let the women have the tapes, G. Man, and rock out to these cameras.
Somebody said bring out the tripod too. I ain't gonna say no name.
Man, hold it in your hand, the iPhone, shoot how you shoot it.
Y'all crazy as hell,
man. We appreciate y'all for watching the show. Y'all be safe out there, man. Have a great weekend.
Let her while you eating it from the back. What you say, bro?
Oh, I'm telling everybody have a great weekend. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all those that celebrated, because I know we ain't gonna do a show till afterwards or what have you. But hope y'all enjoy. Y'all be safe. Put on them fucking masks. You know what I'm saying? And hey, in the words Alpha Beta, go out and make another baby, baby.
EP said she got 3 tripods.
Hey, they shoot from every angle in that mug. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, what? Bye.
Oh, I got it. Hold on. I got it. I found it. Hold on. Put it in there.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get the leak. Bam. Okay, Facebook. Ah, shit.
Hey, Miss Peters, yeah, they definitely got toys to use on men. So yeah, hey, men, hey, y'all open y'all mind, my brothers. Hey, be willing to explore with these women. Be willing to explore.
And a mirror on the ceiling, and right in front.
Okay. I'm in there now. Hold on, let me put it at myself. I don't want to put it at the group. Bam. Copy paste.
Ooh.
Y'all have fun with that one, man.
Hey, y'all role play out there. Fuck the bullshit role plays. Get on some real role plays out here. Make that shit build up.
Vision, don't worry about all this.
We
gotta go. Bye. We gotta go.